Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and whatever time you are at, I would like to thank you and welcome you to joining me today again for another episode of Monday Motivation with Bukola. It's a show that talks about women empowerment, inspiration, money, culture, entertainment, advocacy, and just about any topic that inspires you and I. I see my internet is kind of a little bit acting up, but we see hopefully we can get this going um, without much technical problem here. So today I have a great guest for you. The guest I have for you is called DeShondra Brown, and she's from Florida. She's the founder of enRich Solo. enRich Solo helps people to network, it empowers and inspires others. And DeShondra Brown will be telling us more about enRich Solo on Monday Motivation with Bukola today. Also, you will find out that today the broadcast time is different. I couldn't come on this morning due to circumstances beyond my control. So I decided to come tonight and thank God for our guest from Florida who is willing to join us on the show tonight. She's running late. She's going to be here soon. But before she gets here, I want to thank my guest this month, and I want to thank you all my viewers for watching. For those of you who are able to join live, I see one person here. Thanks for joining. For those of you who are able to join live, thank you so much for joining. For those of you, please, you can comment in the question and answer, or let me see. Yes, there is the chat box. You can chat for me to know who is here. Thank you so much. And I want to thank you all for following me. We started Monday Motivation with Bukola on the first Monday of June 2016, and today is the last Monday of June 2016. We've had technical issues, yet we have been able to push through the technical issues, including issues beyond my control, like this morning that I didn't show up. My guest was here and I couldn't make it. I'm so sorry. It was due to circumstances beyond my control. And I'm here now, live, and my guest will be joining us soon. Meanwhile, before the guests get here, I want to thank all my guests this month. I want to thank Bob Abramson, who was here 2 weeks ago. Yes, 2 weeks ago, to talk about light the fire in your business. So if you happen to miss that episode, I want you to go back to YouTube and look for Monday Motivation with Bukola, meet Bob Abramson, and learn more about Bob and his work. He's a lawyer, he's a business person, he's also a journalist. He's an award-winning journalist. So, Bob helped other people to start their business now and make their business to thrive. He also helped people with public speaking. So check out Bob in the previous episode. I've also brought in Healing Words with Yvette. So Yvette also is a teacher. She's an entrepreneur. She uses the power of our words to provide healing. And she was here last week, Monday, to talk more about that. Unfortunately, we had technical issues, so we couldn't hear a lot from Yvette. You're going to be hearing from Yvette next week. So we are bringing Yvette back next week, Monday, so you can hear from Yvette. So I would like to thank Yvette for agreeing to come back again on the show and talk to us next week, Monday. And my guest for today, DeShondra Brown, I would like to thank her also for coming on this show. And I remember the first episode on this show was focused on Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali of blessed memory, I would like to, applaud him for all the work he did while he was here on earth. And I would like to also pray that his soul continue to rest in peace and that the Lord consoles his families. And for those who have lost, because I've heard some people that have lost their loved ones this month, for those who have lost their loved ones this month, I would like to pray that the Lord consoles you all, and may the soul of your loved one rest in peace. The latest I just heard is my own pastor, Pastor Bill of United Methodist Church of Anoka. He just lost his dad of 90 years old 2 days ago, I think, or 3 days ago. On Friday, he lost his dad. May his soul rest in peace, and I hope and pray that the Lord consoles the family too. So, while we are waiting for DeShondra Brown of enrichsolollc, I hope that, I can use that time to kind of talk to you here about some other things. So, for example, in terms of inspiration, sometimes we need somebody around us to inspire us. We need people around us to inspire us to work in our goal and achieve our dreams. So if you know people that encourage you, you want to stay around those people a lot. You want to talk to those people a lot, because those kind of people will help to push your goal forward. And those kind of people will help to move your dream forward when you have people who care about you around you. It's good to find those people. And if you happen not to have anybody around you, do not worry, because with the online, there are different platforms available now. There are so many groups on Facebook. Even just search on Facebook inspirational groups. Okay, now I'm going to go on Google, right? Google search, and I'm going to search inspirational groups on Facebook. And I will see what comes up, and I will share those with you. Oh, interesting. There is even, oh my goodness, there is a lot for you. So the first thing that came up was from Stephen Atchison.co.uk blog. He said, and his post title is 25 of the most inspirational pages on Facebook. And then I saw another one from Adweek. It says the 25 Facebook groups with over 1 million members. Oh, okay. Then there is even one called Daily Inspiration and Motivation on Facebook. Daily Inspiration and Motivation. It's a group on Facebook or a page on Facebook. And oh wow, I'm finding out stuff. There is this one that says 10 inspirational Facebook groups run by kids making a difference. Wow. Facebook groups run by kids. You see, even kids are making a difference. Kids are inspiring us. We have to check out, and it was published by examiner.com. And we have to check out this 10 inspirational Facebook group run by kids. For kids to be doing it, it means you cannot be alone. You can't be alone. There are opportunities out there. Sometimes we do not get what we want in terms of motivation from the people around us. It might be from people that we don't even know. And with the online platform, gradually we start knowing and we start learning from others, and we start getting motivated from other people. I have been motivated in my business, in my career, by different Facebook groups. Just being a member on different Facebook groups, I have been inspired. I'm taking steps for being on different Facebook groups. So find a Facebook group that you can join that will inspire you. Facebook groups where what they post on that group is motivational. What they post on the group will help you, not the place where what they post on the group will make you sad or will make you wonder. If you start wondering whether you're in the right group, then perhaps that is not the right group for you to be in. So look for Facebook groups where you can be motivated. And now I'm seeing that there are inspirational pages. And then another one is 100 awesome Facebook lists to follow. 100 awesome Facebook lists to follow. And you know, I'm just reading the short blurb that comes with it. It says motivational people. It says, if awesome Facebook list, if you are bored with your news feed and want motivational people, this next group of lists is pretty self-explanatory. So I won't include any summary. So, you know, meaning that these are pages that you can follow. These are groups that you can be in. Then inspirational Facebook pages, queen of your life. And another person wrote Pamela J. Wells blog, new spiritual and inspirational group on Facebook. 5 ways you can use Facebook to help and inspire your friends. And somebody is asking, what are the names of inspirational and helpful Facebook pages? So, you know, inspirational Facebook groups. So first, I want to check out, you know, I'm really drawn to the kids because that was a pleasant surprise. I didn't know that I would see a group by kids on Facebook, run by kids. So I'm going to click on that to see if I could give you some names here to motivate you, because we all need somebody or some people to motivate us. We all need it, and sometimes we do not get the kind of motivation we need from the closest people around us. Sometimes we have to go out, we have to go somewhere else to find the motivation that we need. And trust me, also, there is nothing wrong in finding a motivational group outside of family and friends. Okay, now I'm on the Examiner website, and I don't know. Oh, okay. I think, well, and one of these kids, I know, in fact, I posted about this kid on a Facebook group that I run. It's called Career Matters. Is that the name? Yeah. Business, I think it's Business and Career Matters, or Career and Business Matters, something to that effect. So make a stand. Lemonade. You know this girl, you might have heard about her, Vivian. In fact, Vivian introduced President Obama recently at the United States of Women at the White House. Vivian introduced the president. She said, I am at my lemonade stand every day, rain or shine, until I raise enough money to free 500 child slaves. Wow. Wow. See what this little girl is doing. Selling lemonade to free 500 children from modern day slavery. She wants to free children from trafficking. So she decided to start selling lemonade. And she said, you know, I am Vivian, I am 8, I am making a stand against child slavery. I am at my lemonade stand every day, rain or shine, until I raise enough money to free 500 child slaves. So that is Vivian, and she's only 8 years old. Another one is Conserve It Forward. In 2010, Avalon, now 11, started actually 2010. So Avalon right now is okay, she's now, I don't even know when this was published. Let's see, is there a date? I don't see a published, oh, there's a published date, 2012. Okay, so 2012 to 2016, that is 4 years ago. And 4 plus 11 is 15. So this child is now 15 years old. Avalon started Conserve It Forward because of her interest and concern for the environment and living things. She now leads the growing non-profit corporation in offering phone booths, presentations, and projects. So Avalon is saving the planet, so to speak, you know, the trees, because we need the trees to survive here. We need the trees. We cannot use carbon dioxide. We have to give the trees our carbon dioxide so that we can get oxygen from the trees. And the trees cannot use oxygen to breathe. They need carbon dioxide. So we need trees around us. And we need to save the planet. And then the third person is My Name, My Story. And it says, my name, my story was created to fill a gap of inspiration in the future leaders of this world. So our goal is to help inspire the world. The stories featured on My Name, My Story are real stories of people. Some may be of a co-worker, a fellow student, or a team coach, or some may be the story of your neighbor. With all these stories, we have one mission as you experience them. We want you to live an inspired life. You know, sometimes when we are going through challenges, we don't know that there is somebody else who has gone through similar challenge, or somebody else that is going to go through the same challenge. And talking about our story helps us to see somebody else going through the same thing. Sometimes some people do not share their story publicly. They keep it to themselves. But trust me, sometimes when you share your own story, it will inspire somebody else to come to you to share his or her own story. I have had it happen to me several times, where people come to me privately to tell me their own story of human trafficking or domestic violence. I have had situations where people come to me to talk about their story online by sending me private message and telling me how my story has inspired them. So you never know who your story is going to inspire. And when there is a community that provides a platform or an avenue for everyone to come without judgment and sharing their story to support one another in the community, it does help. Especially sharing your challenge and how you've been able to overcome that challenge can be what somebody else needs to hear, to know that they too can overcome their challenge. And sometimes listening to somebody sharing their story is what you need to hear to be inspired, to know that you are not alone, and that there is a way out for you, or that you can move on from whatever has happened to you and you can be the best that you can be. We can all be good. We can all turn our life around for good. Sometimes we just need a community or a platform that helps us to see what we don't even see in ourselves or what we don't see in our story. And then another one is ReefQuest. ReefQuest is the organization founded by 13-year-old Dylan, vision designed to help kids become involved in citizen science projects to support scientific research in marine and coral reefs preservation. They also make interactive curriculum for middle and high schools around marine science, sustainability, and coral reef preservation. See, there are so many inspirational projects out there that kids are involved in. This one now is on science and marine. I'm learning about this. I didn't know that there are some things for kids out there. I didn't know. So this is another good project, another inspirational project by a kid. I just got a notification, by the way, from our guest. She's going to be here soon. And then another one is Peace Welcome Club. Peace Welcome Club, founded by the 14-year-old Arnold Gill. Peace Welcome Club empowers children to become leaders by showcasing those who are making a difference. So this now inspires other children by showing kids who have made a difference to other kids, so that other kids can know that they can make a difference and they don't have to feel down or feel bad or join bad gang. But looking at other kids making a difference can inspire them to start something. Because even sometimes as adults, it's when we see somebody doing something that the inner passion or the inner energy in us comes out. And that gift that is inside of us that, excuse me, we don't even know we have, that is when that gift will come out. And sometimes it's when we are in, I call it good company. Good company can just be maybe in a group somewhere, or you're even on an online platform, or you're having an interactive session, or even in a training. And then you start hearing certain comments, and those comments are telling you the gift that you've got in you that you should work on. For example, one of the gifts that I found out now that, I really need to put my attention and energy on is helping others start their blog or websites. You know, I remember that some time ago, I even got a call from one of my editors in Nigeria telling me, Bukola, please, can you do a video to talk to Nigerian journalists to start a blog or start their own website and how they can do that? And I said, sure, I can do it. You know, they can even start it with $0 down. And I did that video training. I did a Periscope, and at the same time, I did uh, blab. I remember that I scheduled a blab, and sorry, I'm communicating with our guests. So I did a blab, and guess what? They posted it online, and one of their reporters, you know, commented on it on Twitter. And after that, I think, was it before that that I did a book on quit your day job, you know, turn your passion to money using social blogging and social media. And I did that also. And you know, now I keep hearing do something, do something, do something. And I was at a training recently where they were telling me this is this is this is your strength. We want you to do this. We want you to do this for us. We want you to do this for us. And trust me, it's been helpful for me to come back and look and say, hey, this is something that I keep hearing again, to produce, to produce, to produce. And I started working on it over the weekend. And now
Hello.
I have, you know, a product I'm working on. Hey, we have our guest. Thank God she's here. Please join me to welcome DeShondra Brown. Thank you so much.
Good evening,
Thank you
everyone.
for joining us today. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining. Thank you.
Good
I'm so
evening.
happy to have you here with us tonight. And sorry about the technical, not tech, was due to circumstances beyond my control this morning that I couldn't show up. So thank you so much for joining us tonight and agreeing to reschedule to come tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you, Bukola, for having me.
thanks. So please meet DeShondra, the founder of enRich Solo. Did I get that right?
Yes.
enRich Solo. Okay. Thanks. So welcome. I know you've had a very long day
Yes.
and then still being able to make it here tonight. Thank you so much. So we'll just get right into it. I know that we already like kind of got born our 30 minutes, but I will continue with this to have the next 30 minutes for you. So could you tell us briefly about yourself? We want to know who DeShondra Brown is.
I sure will. DeShondra Brown is the networking guru. I have been in a career now with the transportation industry for 5 years. I moved from a communication industry, actually from a telephone company after 11 years. A lot of people always ask, how do you do it? So I try to teach people as a career and business strategist through my company, enRich Solo, that it's not about what you know, but about who you know. It's about building key relationships. That's what helps you move to your next level. And it's very imperative, especially if you're with a company, if you're in real estate, if you're an insurance agent, if you're in the pharmaceuticals, just in your day-to-day life, whether it's your career or your business, to build key relationships, even in your personal aspects of your life. So that's what I've grown to do. That's what I've grown to love. I have a husband of 20 years this year, and I have a 9-year-old son, which I enjoy much as I see
Wow.
him grow. So right now it's about continue to propel forward in my career and educate and empower others to prepare for it in their careers and their businesses. So that's what I do, and that's who I am.
Oh, thank you so much. And guess what? I have a 9-year-old son too.
Awesome.
I have a 9-year-old.
I've been
Yes.
following his artwork.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Actually, this artwork back here is, the one I posted. That's it. Artwork, the one of the latest one that you brought back from school. So let's get back to you. So you say you are the network guru. I want to learn more about this your network guru thing. Like I see you have revive, is it restore? You have like 3 hours going with your networking thing. So can you tell us more about this networking? How someone can use networking to boost their career?
Basically, through networking you can boost your career. Most people don't know, Bukola, but 80% of the job opportunities that you hear about, they're not going to be what you find online. They're not going to be because you saw an ad in the paper. It's going to be because of who you know. So if you're looking to learn about new opportunities and things like that, you need to be open to building new relationships, because that's how you're going to get your opportunities. And instead of always looking for what am I going to get, what can you give? When you first meet people, it's not about what you're getting for them. It's about the opportunity to gain knowledge. Knowledge is power. And most people, like I said, don't know that through you building key relationships, not just meeting somebody and saying, hey, I'm DeShondra, or hey, I'm Bukola. Just going out and meeting people and building a relationship like you and I've done. It wasn't because we knew each other, Bukola, that I ended up here. It was because I had that fearless effort to reach out to you and say, hey, Bukola, I'll be more than happy to help you. Here's what I can do. And I've done that. And also in turn, it's sort of like your bank account. You can't just make withdrawals, you have to make deposits. And that's how you build relationships. And that's how you begin to build a network and move yourself and propel yourself, not only in your career, but personally as well. So it's not just about your career, it's about growing as a person. Um, Through meeting you and us networking and taking the time out to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I am about, you and I have begun to build a relationship that's going to help both of us prepare for it personally and professionally.
That is so true. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's like as you are speaking, it looks like some part of Book Yourself Solid book is playing in my head.
Right.
Have you read the book Book Yourself Solid? So it's like some part of it is running in my head. And I watched somebody recently on Periscope talking about the same thing about, building. And you said something really striking about the job opportunities. They are not the ones you get through the adverts, but the ones that come through networking. So would you say that really looking for a great job opportunity, networking will be the key? And how can they network? What are the platforms available for that to happen, for people to network and take advantage of these kinds of opportunities?
What we don't realize, Bukola, is we have opportunities to network every day. As the guru, you have to take the time. You can be sitting down having a dinner. You can be at a bar having a drink. You can be walking through the mall. If you don't open your mouth, then you won't build relationships. You won't get to know people. Once you begin to speak to people, find out what they do, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to find out who they are, what do they do, what are their interests. Once you find out some of those things, that's when you start making that connection and building that relationship. And as you build that relationship, they're going to be more willing to give you more information. And the information that they relay to you is not necessarily going to be about what you need right then, but it's going to be what you need in the future and going forward in your career. You never know, you might be talking to a CEO that's sitting across from you with a company, but if you don't say, hi, I'm DeShondra Brown with enRich Solo, and I'm a networking guru, are you looking to move yourself to the next level? Then you need me. They won't know who I am. So that's what we have to be. We have to be bold and daring, tell people who we are and what we do. And it's okay to hear no. You'll hear no more than you hear yes, but the yeses that you do hear will be key opportunities and relationships that will open up doors that you've never even thought would be there for you.
Wow, you just said something striking. You said it's okay to hear no. Please build a little bit more on that.
Basically, when you
Because, when we hear no, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry, Bukola. Basically, I
Go
think
ahead about the hearing. Yes.
out of fear, human nature, we don't want the rejection, but the rejection makes us stronger. So that no, you have to continue to be open to hearing the no's, because when you get the yes, it's not even going to be the yes that you expected. It's going to be above and beyond what you expected. And if you don't open up yourself to hear the no's, you'll never get to the yes. That's like that's like asking your mother why 5 times, or asking somebody if they say, well, do it this way, and you ask them why 5 times. If you don't continue to ask why, you won't know why you're going to do something a certain way. Same thing. Just because you hear one no don't mean you're going to hear 10 no's. You might hear 8 no's before you get to that yes, but through those no's, and when I say a no, it's like that opportunity may not come, but you still build a network even through the no. That person now know who you are, what you do, what you have to offer them. And if you're properly networking, building relationships, you have the same thing. So you might hear a no today, I don't have an opportunity for you, or no, I'm not interested in that, or no, I'm not looking for somebody of that nature, or no, I don't have any projects you can help me with. But that's not to say you won't be in their Rolodex and they call you a year and a half from now. True story. Um, as a holder of an MBA and my 2 undergrads, I have an undergrad in transportation and logistics and business administration. So I've already made the decision, when I finish my career, I want to teach, whether it's abroad, whether it's in the US, I want to do that. So I know I have to start building that platform now. So what I've done is begin to put myself in a professor's realm even before I stepped out, and I was offered as recent a professor in management through one of the local colleges. However, I applied for this job over a year and a half ago. So, to my surprise, something that
Wow.
was a no a year and a half ago, because I took the initiative to follow through, do what I needed to do, ended up being a yes this year. So now I'll be teaching at one of the local colleges as an adjunct professor in management in my field. So what more can I ask for? It took a no to get the yes. And basically you have to be, again, bold and daring to hear that no, because it doesn't mean that it's a no forever. It's just a no for right now.
Wow. So I'm going to take that with me. It doesn't mean it's a no forever. It just means it's a no for right now. So even when we hear no, we should continue to be persistent and not give up, because
Correct.
it's easy to fall back when we hear no, and sometimes it can be demoralizing.
Correct.
But now you are telling us no doesn't mean that's the end. It just means keep trying until the
Correct.
yes comes.
Correct. If you stop trying, you'll
So
never
the keep
know how far
trying.
you'll go.
Okay, so the keep trying. Would you say that the keep trying should be keep trying the same place, or look at other opportunities,
You should
or
always
go and then come back again?
you should always be open to all opportunities. Don't close yourself off, because if you stick to one area, then you put yourself in a box. Step outside the box, go where you're uncomfortable. Because just because I have an MBA don't mean I shouldn't go out and speak to someone who's a doctor, or someone who's just working in customer service. Not just the people who have a status quo, per se, is what I call it, your CEOs or whomever they may be. But what about the people who've been somewhere for 20 years and they can give you some advice to help move you? So it's not always staying in a box and keep going to the same circle, to the same people, to the same venues. Step outside of the box, get out of your comfort zone. If you're afraid to talk to people that are on higher levels than you, then you should be going to events and forcing yourself to build relationships with those people. If you're afraid to just speak to people, you should be forcing yourself to go to events. There are all kind of free events that are out there, and just challenge yourself to go to one and say, hey, you know what, tonight I'm gonna make a connection and build a relationship with two people. You have to set goals just like you do anything in your life. You have to set smart goals, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Your networking is no different. You need to know where you're trying to go. Put specific people in your network. When I say put them in your network, lead them the way you want them to go. Measurable, measure how you're moving. Am I going to events now? Maybe it was you weren't attending any events before. Now I'm going to an event at least twice a year. Attainable, can I really do this? If it's something we really want to do, we have to make the time. Be realistic. You might can't attend 10 events in a year, but can I attend one? And in this one event, can I force myself to build a relationship with five people? And then time bound, say, okay, by the end of the year, I'm going to have this done. So again, it is very important that we have smart goals, not just for your personal life, your professional life, your business life, and your career. Just overall, your anything you do, you have to have a goal. So networking is no different. Put the goal up, shoot for the stars, and keep going. Even when you fall, get up, basically.
Wow. Thank you so much. And oh my goodness, I just wrote down smart goals for networking. So we need to create a smart goal for networking. Yes, yes. Specific, memorable, and which what else did you put? Attainable.
Specific,
The goals have to be
measurable,
attainable.
attainable.
And
Correct.
I want to draw you. Yeah, okay. So I want to bring you back a little bit to what you said about your degrees. And I was blown away when I read your bio. I read that you got two bachelor's degree while working as a stylist. How did you make that happen, please? We need to be motivated here to know that, because I do hear people, I've met with people who desire to go to college, but they are scared to go
I
because
think the
they feel, oh, they can't pay the money, or they are doing so much in their life, they don't know how they're going to manage going to school with the work they are doing. So, and they really want to go, but they are torn in between. Do I have the time, or do I even have the money? So how did you make that to happen?
first of all, through a support system. You have to have someone behind you, but first of all, you have to be your biggest cheerleader. I'm big on that. If you're not your biggest cheerleader, nobody's going to cheer you on. So you have to, again, set a goal. It has to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. And that's what I did. I was actually working for the telephone company. I had been there 8 years. I attempted college when I first left. My husband was in the military, so we were a young married military fam. Well, just me and him. We had no kid at the time, but I started college, but I didn't finish. So when we moved back to Florida, I set that goal that I would get my degree. It was not overnight. Was it hard? Yes. Was it did it seem like I would never meet the goal? Yes. But each time I had to step back, and sometimes you set a goal and you set it to the point where you can't see the forest for the trees. Sometimes you got to chop down the trees to get to the next forest, if that makes sense. So I had to start taking that goal of getting that degree and breaking it down and saying, okay, I'm going to finish a class. Okay, I'm going to finish 4 classes this semester. Okay, I'm going to forego that time with hanging out with my girlfriends, and I'm going to study. But in the interim, not only did I have a full time job, I also worked full time in a hair salon. because again, we had other goals as far as where we wanted to be with building our first home, the things we wanted to do. So I had to begin to manage myself and my time. Time management is key when you are seeking to further yourself professionally, in your business, in your career, even sometimes personally when you're dealing with things. Time management is key. You have to allot the time that is needed for you to get the things done. Just like we go to our jobs and we spend 8 hours a day, at some point you have to clean your house, you have to do your laundry, you have to do schoolwork if you're trying to get a degree. So what I began to do is I began to set a timetable. I began to say, okay, I have to go to my morning job from 8 to 5 today. I'm going to get up and study from 6 to 7. To go to work, I know it only takes me 30 minutes. When I get off, I'm going to cook dinner. I'm going to do my laundry. Then I'm going to study from 9 until 1. You will forego a lot of sleep. However, when you reach that end goal, you're going to be so ecstatic that you'll look back. And a lot of times, Bukola, I look back and I say to myself, how did I do that? How did I do that? Because, like you said, a lot of people are like, I can't make the time. We make the time for the things that we feel are important. So once you begin to feel that getting that degree or obtaining that professional education or moving your career or moving your life, when you begin to feel that that is important, you will begin to make the time, whether it's a small step or a huge step. Rome was not built in a day. So it doesn't matter how fast you get to the goal as long as you keep moving towards your goal. If you stop, you'll never know whether or not you'll make it, basically. So you have to, you have to leave yourself some breadcrumbs per se. You have to drop things to say, okay, I was there. So then you move and you see a bigger piece of bread. Oh, this is bigger than where I started. So as you begin to move down that path or that goal that you've set to get that degree, by the time you get there, you have a whole sandwich. You don't have just a little crumb or a
Mm.
little mustard seed. You have a full blown sandwich or a full blown plant or a full blown tree. So you have to, you have to make a goal to yourself first if you're going to reach the goal that you set, is how I see it.
Wow. Oh my God. Yes, you are giving us so much value and thank you so much. So now I know that you just had a product out, a networking product. So can you tell us a little bit about what inspired that product and what are the benefits in that product and how people can get it?
What inspired this course? It is a digital course that it is self-paced. It's online in the privacy of your own home that you can review at any time. What inspired that course? Because just as you asked, Bukola, so many people want to know, how did you do it? How do you do it? How do you go out and talk to people? How do you just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, I'm XYZ. Who are you and what do you do?" So that is what inspired the course, because I want to empower people. I don't want to do it for you. I want to give you the tools to go out and do it yourself so you can continue to do it. You can continue to build. You can continue to move yourself. And in addition to that, once you get a grasp on one portion of where you're trying to go, then you can begin to see the full picture of where you're trying to take your career or where you're trying to take your business or where you're trying to grow personally. At the end of the digital product that's out there, it's going to empower you to be able to now go out and be a networking guru. What you need to do, the things you need in order to walk into a room full of people that you don't know and make your presence known. The things that you need to do to make that next sale of a house if you're a real estate agent. The things you need to do if you're trying to move your career to the next level. How do you, it's going to teach you how to do what I do in the privacy of your own home, and then that way you can grow and you can move, but you always have the tools. um In the digital product, I do believe, Bukola, you put the link there. There is a SMART goal sheet for you to print out so that you can always see what that means. And it kind of lays out for you like how you would set those goals. So I encourage, if you're not familiar with setting SMART goals, or if you need a refresher or something like that, go out there, click on the link, get that information, post it up. And that's the start of you being a networking guru.
Wow. And I know that you put something about because I went to the site to look, and you put something about revive. I know it was kind of 3 hours going, you know, in it. It talks about revive. You said, okay,
Review, reveal, and
I'm
revive your
trying to
network.
review. Okay, yes, yes, yes. So, can you shed more light on this? You know, you said it's a course to help you review, reveal, and revive your networking skills.
Correct.
So, can you tell us just a little bit about that?
As you move through this course, it is going to walk you step by step through reviewing who's in your network, who are you dealing with, who are you talking to, am I adding value, are they adding value. It's going to help you to reveal some things about your network. Am I building relationships, or am I just talking to people? Am I giving back, or am I just looking for what I'm going to get? And then it's going to help you revive your network. So many times we get out there as we get complacent in our careers, complacent in our businesses, complacent in our lives, and we forget about who we actually have around us, and we don't take advantage of it. So this is going to allow you to see through some of the worksheets that you'll maneuver through. And I'm always available through email for anyone who's walking through through that actual course. I'm available by email. That information is there. You can email me anytime if you have a question, enrichsolollc at gmail.com, and I'll answer emails. However, through the course, like I said, Bukola, we kind of get complacent in what we're doing, and we feel like we don't have to go out and meet new people because okay, I'm okay. I know quite a few people. I'm good. I don't need to meet anyone else. But by the end of this course, it's going to show you why it's important as you move through your life, as you move through the different journeys, why you begin to build relationship with different people and key people. Because the people that you were in a relationship now may not be the people that you need to be in a relationship with 5 years from now.
Hmm. So this helps us to know if we have, the value in terms of people in our network or not, and
Yes,
also help us to know what we are doing, whether we are giving or we are just, connecting with people for the purpose of taking, instead of also making it a two-way where we give and then we take.
correct.
Wow. Thank you so much. Well, our time is is running out.
Thank you,
Thank you. I
Bukola.
really, really appreciate you. And I want to thank all our viewers. I see that some people joined us while we were here live. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for being patient with me. And thank you so much for even like coming tonight. I'm really, really grateful about that. So I would like to ask, what one word or what one statement do you have for our viewers out there, whether it's those that are on live now or those that will be watching the replay on YouTube?
Um, Let me find my favorite statement, Bukola. Give me 1 second here.
Sure, take your time.
I know these people are probably like, y'all, I am tired. Get off, get off, get off. Okay, so I do a lot of I do a lot of working out. So lately it's sort of like that mindset, like and that's why I'm dressed this way because I was, I told you because I had to get my workout in. I made a
Nice.
commitment to make sure I get myself back in the gym. I kind of fell off for like a year, so it's been horrible. But Lately, my actual words to myself, and I encourage anybody because it's a great analogy. My legs are tired, but my mind is not. I shall push until I succeed. Will you push or will you give up? So no matter where
Wow.
you are, you could be like, I can't go any further. So are you going to push yourself to take that next step, push yourself to have that next conversation, push yourself to take that next class, push yourself to build that next relationship? Or are you just going to throw your hands up and be like, oh, I'll do it next year?
Wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So
Thank you.
my legs are tired, but my mind is not. So I have to keep that in my heart. My legs are tired, but my mind is not. And I need to keep pushing forward. And you all have heard
Correct.
it. Keep pushing forward. Don't give up. Even when the legs are tired, just keep pushing through, even if it's a little step at a time. As long as you are, you will still have your breakthrough. And remember, today it's all about networking, and I encourage you to check out the Chandra's website link in the description below to connect with her and see how you can build quality network.
Correct.
Now I'm learning that you even get that good job you really want from just a job ad. It's usually, networking and connecting with the key people. And no does not necessarily mean known forever. It just means not right now. So thank you so much. Thank you for this nuggets that you've given to us and the motivation. Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
really,
Bukola.
really appreciate, and thank you for spending the time and coming back. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. And I appreciate the opportunity.
So thank you, my people. We will be wrapping you. Wow. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. Because I think it kind of went off a little bit. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone else this time. I hope to be back next week, Monday, for another edition of Monday Motivation with Bukola. And you'll be hearing from Yvette Toko, the founder of Healing Words with Yvette. Thank you again, and God bless you. Thank you so much, DeShondra. God bless you, and bye bye.